Good day. I'm going to, this video is for Troop 375, and it is an informational video on getting your gear together and getting it ready for our backpacking trip in June to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It is not necessary for you to spend a lot of money on expensive gear. You will have to spend some money on gear, but cook kit in particular is something that you can save some money on, which I'm going to demonstrate now. But first I need my assistant to bring me my cook kit. Igor! Bring me my cook kit! Igor!
Yes.
Igor! Bring me...
Yes.
Thank you, Igor! Now back! That's Igor, my assistant. Okay. My cook kit consists of my plate, which is, this came out of a frozen dinner, Healthy Choice frozen dinner. I think they call it cafe steamers, something like that. And I keep my cook kit in what's called a cozy. This is called a pot cozy. It's homemade. It's made out of Reflectix insulation, which you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot. But I have some extra. If you want to make a cozy, just give me a call or email me, and I can give you some. Because it comes in a big roll, so maybe 3 or 4 of you can go together, and you'll have plenty to make whatever. So you use the Reflectix insulation and then flue tape, silver foil flue tape, and then here's my cook kit inside of it. This is a Kmart grease pot. I think the brand name is Stanforth maybe, but it says grease right there. It's aluminum. It's very lightweight. What I did is I took the lid and I took some tin snips and I cut about a 1-inch slot out, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Lighter. This is pretty neat strainer, and I'll explain to you why that's neat in just a minute. Inside I have a pot grabber, which that's why I cut the knots in the lid for the pot grabber, where you can grab it when the lid's still on. Okay. Stove and a windscreen. This is just an aluminum windscreen. Be careful because the edges are sharp, okay? Aluminum windscreen if you're cooking in wind. Okay, this is a homemade stove. It's called the Super Cat, and basically they call it Super Cat because most folks make them out of a cat food can. This happened to be like a Hormel potted meat. But anyway, there's instructions on the internet, and I'll try to, when I edit this on the computer, I'll try to put try to write the address on the screen. But you can just go to Google if you want, and Google Super Cat alcohol stove, and they'll give you instructions on how to make it. So you pour your alcohol in there, and this is my fuel, and it is it's alcohol, so you can carry it in a regular plastic container. You don't have to have an aluminum container. And basically your fuel you can get at Walmart is heat. It's like 98% methanol, and this is in your auto parts section. It's gas line, antifreeze, and water remover. Get the yellow one, not the red one. So you put about 1 ounce of fuel in here, light it with your lighter. Be sure you dry your hands off before you light this. In the last camp out I had some alcohol left on my thumb and my finger, and I lit it, and lo and behold my thumb and my finger are burning. And then you take your cook pot with water in it and you preheat it before you set it down on top. Preheat it a little bit. If you don't preheat it and you set it down on there cold, there's a chance that your stove will go out. So preheat it a little bit, set it down on the stove. I probably should have cut my notch a little bigger. And after that heats up, what you'll have is you'll have a blossom of flame coming out of here. And if you want to hasten that a little bit, speed it up, just put your windscreen on. That will heat it up in there. The alcohol will vaporize more quickly. One of the things I like to do is, and this is why I like this strainer, especially if I'm cooking pasta, something like ramen noodles or spaghetti, then you can drain it just by putting this strainer in, using your pot grabber and dumping the water out, and the water will pour off and the pasta will stay in. I like to drink the broth of the ramen noodles. It's a nice hot drink, especially if it's cold outside in the evening. And so I'll pour that into my coffee cup, and then oftentimes I'll just eat the noodles right out of the pot, or you can dump it in your bowl. Now, if you want to save fuel, what you can do is bring the water to a boil, put your noodles in, let them boil for, just till they start to loosen up a little bit, maybe 30 seconds or so. Take this, take your pot grabber, take it off of the stove and drop it down into your cozy. And if this was hot, I'd probably be burning my fingers. Cover it up. Let that sit for about 15 minutes, and it should be, cooked very well. But put it out, and then you can pour your fuel. Just tilt it up, and it'll run out of one of these holes. Pour it back in. That will save you a little bit of fuel over just cooking it over the flame. Like my fire spork, been pretty dependable so far. I haven't broken one. I have read of some fellows breaking them. The fuel bottle will run you about $1.50. This will run you about $1.50. Sometimes you can get them in a pack of 2 for a couple of bucks. This is nominal. You can get the dollar store. You can get a pack of 4 of these for like $1. The potted meat I got at the dollar store, it was $1. You might have some of this laying around in your garage. The pot grabber you can get at a camping store here in St. Pete. You can get it at Bill Jackson. They have these. I think the brand name is Coughlin. I don't remember. Anyway, it's in a green package. Okay, I think that's it. The next video we're going to make, I think, is going to be a cooking demonstration where we'll take what we have here and maybe we'll cook some ramen noodles or something. Bye-bye.